We destroyed that. Now it's time for Timeguessr. I'm feeling today is going to be a 43K. 43K today. Okay, all right. Very modern look. Very modern look. They're trying to mindfuck us with the black and white picture and the fake bullshit. They're trying to mind us, but this is contemporary. And the old looking cars. Ready for this one? Are you ready? Do you see how mad you're about to be? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to be honest. I looked at this before I streamed today, and that's why I'm about to that's why I'm about to destroy this, okay? That's why I'm about to destroy this, okay? Brooklyn. 79. Boom. Amsterdam? Okay, we were really close to the year. How am I supposed to know it's Amsterdam? The street signs are European? What street signs? The ones on the buildings? Top right. Van? I don't know what that could be like. I don't know what the fuck. How am I supposed to know van is anything Amsterdamian? Cringe. They're using too much English here. I don't trust it. Except for that word. It's probably not English. God damn it. That's okay. Who cares? Don't care. That's all right. We still pulled out with a 52.77. We still pulled out well here, okay? Only 1 year off. We pulled out okay. Oh, shit. My God. Can we get a perfect 10,000? Do I remember where the Capitol building is? It's definitely not in New York. Okay. We've seen so many stupid fucking... Okay. Which side are they climbing the walls on? There's no way that they wouldn't give it to me if I did it on the building, right? I don't remember. Fuck. I mean, what would they be? They've got to be climbing on like one of these sides. Well, they came from the ellipse, okay, which is over here somewhere? I don't remember, actually. Fuck. It's like a mile away. I think it's over here. Yeah. Okay. They're walking down over here. So where would they be climbing? I mean, they could be going anywhere. Fuck. I'm going to guess right here. They wouldn't really? 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 Okay, well, clearly it's from where the camera is. I think we already established that too. Fuck, it's the position of the camera. Fuck. So it would have been in front, but I would have probably guessed like over here. Whatever. We take those. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. Bro, I don't know. This looks like some... I always want to say Eastern European when it's got weird shit, but then you guys are like, it's not the right writing. It's not the correct writing. It's not the right writing. This feels Polish, but I don't see enough like crazy. I don't see crazy words. Like Z's and shit. It doesn't get more Polish than that, right? Oh, fuck. UTCA. There's nothing Polish about that, right? UTCA. The United Turkish Clans of America. Holy shit. God damn it. Warsaw, 62. No, it's Europe, so the tech is always delayed. 69. Good luck. We were close-ish. Fuck, I should have done 62. Fuck! Fuck, we would have been closer in time. God damn it. SZ and GY is Hungarian. Cringe. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, we're clearly Western. Oh no, I should know this. Is that the Switzerland cross thing? You got beautiful mountains. You got fucking furries. Any cell phones? Stop. This picture looks too new. Oh, thank God. There it is. Okay, I was gonna... Yeah, okay. You know what? Please, just let it be. Just let it be Switzerland. Just let it be Switzerland, please. Because it's the cross thing. That's got to be like... It's got to be it. Please, just let it be it. 2022. No, 2019. Oh, come on. The Faroe Islands? This isn't even a real place. This isn't even a real place, bro. Okay, this is the Swiss flag. Damn, do they just turn the saturation up in this country or what the fuck was that? There was FO on the plate. I like how you put that like, oh yeah, FO. I definitely know that means Pharaoh. How? Hold on, actually, wait. You're retarded. Okay. Jesus. 73.45. You know what? We take those. We were close enough. Close enough. What's our score? How many rounds left? What? I'm already in the last round? Oh no, it's these guys. And this place. I should know what this thing is. Okay. Is it the Beatles or the Beach Boys? It's got to be the Beatles. They're assholes. Everybody has pictures with these fucking losers. And they got the mullets. Are these mullets? Or I don't even know what you call these things. This is going to be some English bullshit too, isn't it? Is it? It must be. But it's so spiky. Do the English people really have shit that's this spiky? Or is that like German or something? I always second guess myself. It's always London. And it's always London. I don't know when these fucking losers were popular. I feel like my mom saw them at one point. The Beatles? No shot. Did she? I'm gonna do 1980. God, fuck me. Fuck! No! It's not even close! It was the Beatles. Well, no, I mean, it's not even that it wasn't even close. It could have been closer. 65. That was when Lennon was killed? After Lennon got shot? I don't know anything about these fucking losers, okay? The Beatles pausing for... Didn't Lennon do the Soviet Union in like 1970? What are you guys even talking about? Lennon? What did Lennon have to do with the Beatles, okay? Posing for a photo in front of the Duomo di Milano. Good one. Who cares? Fuck, it is too pokey to be British, though. I knew it was some other bullshit. God damn it. What do we get here? You know what? 35.5, we take these, okay? That's a 71%, boys. We take those. What is this? We're never doing... Oh, this is just like a meme thing. We could do it once, I guess, but... The smoking gun. Match the arrestee for their alleged crime. Processing photos are always done the day of, right? Or like right after you get arrested? Okay, let's think. Okay. Craziest person, disorderly intox. This lady looks like she's like crazy over here. So I'm going to guess her. Bribery. These three women don't look like they have to bribe anybody. Or does bribing with sex count? I would guess her maybe. Robbery. This woman looks mad as fuck. Public nudity. And then DUI. She's drinking and driving for sure. She was out too because she has her lipstick on. So she was out. She had her makeup all done because she was drinking and driving. Public nudity. This woman looks like she's got... Well, this woman looks mad as fuck. Disorderly intox or public... I'm going to go with this. Fuck it. Good luck. We got them all wrong. Bro, kill me. We got her on the DUI. She was public nudity. She was... Oh, no, wait. Hold on. I'm getting it. This was a disorderly intox. She was the briber. Why does she look so angry? She did robbery, and she did public nudity. Okay. One more. $9.50 and all tier 5 sub for 1 month. Okay, we'll throw up a $9.50 next. We're doing all the games today. I don't even know these. I don't know the meme characters, okay? These are alleged crimes, so it's just charging. So RICO, racketeering, Trump got charged with that. Am I supposed to know these? Or are these all like meme people on the internet? I don't know any of these fucking people. This guy here is never... This guy here is... Oh, man. Assault by drive-by shooting? Is that a charge? Assault by drive-by shooting? She's got narcotics. She literally looks like Walter White's... She looks like Skylar. So it's got to be narcotics. He's probably battering people. He looks too determined to attempt a murder. He looks like he would actually kill somebody. She looks angry, but she's mad because she didn't get away with the murder. This woman is driving, I guess. Fuck. She was the attempt murder. She did the assault by drive-by. And she had narcotics. First time subbing. Can you do the Tyler one fucking his chair because he's taking your sub virginity away bit? No, I won't. I can't and I won't. I could, but I will not. Wow, hi. Thank you. Can you play Contexto again? No, fuck that game. That game is cringe as fuck. Okay, one shot, one opportunity, one try on this, and then we're done, okay? Good luck. I gotta wait for Lycan, he's gonna mess me up, hold on. It's going to be 9:34. I feel it. Let's go. Here we go. Okay, maybe he's not coming. Why, Lycan? Why? Okay.
Love you, buddy.
Okay, we take those. Good enough. 1,000. Yep. Proof. What is this? Thomas Connolly agrees to deliver recreational nitrous oxide to his heavily addicted patient, Ye, at the latter's then resident, Chateau Marmont, the site of dozens of celebrity overdoses and suicides. Oh no. Is Ye getting backstabbed by Milo? This needs to be a long-term goal. Get recreational nitrous legalized. Meanwhile, we master the delivery system with a 2-year head start. Surely you are joking. Prolonged misuse of nitrous causes birth defects. Problems with B12. Your spinal cord disintegrates. Why would anyone want to introduce another drug to an already depressed, addicted, demoralized, and apathetic population of dopamine slaves? Can I have the nitrous today? Tom, you said you'd bring them by today. Checking in. Are you at the chateau? Yes, can do. You know what? Fuck, never mind, actually. I was going to say, I bet that this is bullshit. I bet this is fake. I bet that, I bet he didn't say this, and he's just, like, adding this in. I wonder if anybody could analyze it for Photoshop or whatever, that he didn't actually put this in. But then I'm thinking, why the fuck would you fake a text message that 2 other people are in? But you know what? People have done dumber shit. Like, my question would be, it doesn't look like there's any, or as much artifacting around this text, as opposed to this text has way more artifacting. But it could be that the way that these 2 colors play together and however the image is compressed, maybe that this is, like, worse. Maybe it plays worse here. But, like, this text is fucked way more than this text. But it could just be the colors. I'm not sure. I wonder if there's a way to, like, analyze it. There's a video as well? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Would you ever try nitrous? I think I've done it a couple times. It's interesting, but like, who would ever get addicted to this? What a boring fucking stupid thing to get addicted to. Christ. Damn, he's going out. Is that the same thing as Whippets? I'm pretty sure it is. How does it feel? I don't know. It's like zooming out in your life and then coming back in 15 seconds. Isn't it available everywhere? I think so, because it's just like gas that you would fill balloons with and shit. I don't know if you can make that illegal. I mean, I guess they could, but Peachcraft, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Fuck. I need to eat. We don't have anything to watch. Oh, remind me to read this glaze thread of me later. Yes. Actually, I can glaze online right now. Trump's press conference? Why? When is it? When is his press conference? They're always so boring. When is it? It just ended. Oh, that looks way more entertaining. Hold on.
There is a certain set of political people who can get everything wrong all the time, and they somehow survive. I would say you could go back to my track record. My track record is pretty solid.
My personal belief is that I think this thing's going to go on for another month, maybe 2 months. I've been saying for months. I think he really is just trying to get through maybe 3 debates and shift the dial that much that then he's going to be the attack dog for whoever the real candidate is. I think he kind of likes Kasich. I think maybe he likes Rubio, and then he'll be the attack dog, and then they'll just be the, the nice guy candidate.
You don't expect he'd do a third party.
I don't think he really wants to be president. He's just playing us. You know what I mean?
Okay, so all right, so it's time for predictions because I only got like 2 or 3 minutes left. So look, I said a year ago I don't think this blue wave is going to happen. I just see too much exposure of these bad ideas to really believe that, and the media can't quite get it, which shows you how archaic they are. My suspicion would be that there is good. I'm not going to call it a red wave. I just, we don't need these silly labels on all these things. But I suspect that the Republicans will do better. The Democrats kind of get crushed. Make this thing work in Canada. We need that, what you are presenting. So if you've got anybody, can you send them our way when you're done with this thing? Don't deal.
There's some new information we can share with you now. You just saw it. Jaime Batiste is elected, but this is the big story. Maxime Bernier has lost his own riding.
Lisa, the dairy farmers will be throwing champagne in the cattle feed tonight.
So there's no way they're going to accept the election this time, and I do think Trump's going to win, most likely in a landslide. Trump is going to win, and he's going to win in a bigger way than he won last time. Sounds crazy, but Trump's going to get 30% of the black vote, and they know it, and that's why they're freaking out. I tweeted about a year ago that Trump's going to get 30% of the black vote. That's an insane. No one in their right mind would say that.
Support was 15%, 70%.
Yeah, I'm guessing it could be around 30%. Yeah. I think that 30% is going to break very hard to Trump. That's not going to show up in the polls because they won't say it in the polls. All right.
So you think it's a possibility that he could still be president?
Oh, absolutely.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, why not? First off, let me say that I don't think this thing's over yet. I really don't either.
I feel like I'm in a padded room in an insane asylum. Jesus.
Oh, absolutely.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, why not? First off, let me say that I don't think this thing's over yet. I don't either. I really don't. The fact that Giuliani's leading this thing, this guy wins. He knows how to win. He knows how to fight. We talked about the mafia thing already. Like, he knows how to do this thing. So Powell, who was the lead lawyer on Michael Flynn stuff, it's like,
up on this
yeah. So like, these are true fighters who have really done things over the years. It seems to me he did not get this far without thinking, what is the final boss in the video game? And the final boss was the election. It seems odd to me that the guy who got everything right, pulled the mask off all of these people for 4 years, only to get to the end of the game, the big boss, if we're in a video game, right? He got to the end of the movie, and he didn't have a weapon in his pocket. He didn't have some. So like, at the end, you're at the end of the movie, you're at the end of the video game, the big boss, and he didn't have a secret weapon. He didn't think that the entire machine was going to come down on him in the way that it has. The silver lining, I think, is that because he has beat them systematically, or systemically, depending on which way you like it, I don't think he came this far to know that at the end, you're at the final boss of the video game, that he didn't have a secret weapon. I think he probably knows things.
Is he talking about Giuliani having some secret court case? I think he has some secret information. He finally knows things. Dog, it's court. It's not fucking like TV. Like, I don't even know what he's comparing it to. Like he's waiting until the very end, right before the jury goes into deliberation. He's like, here's my top secret fucking, my top secret piece of information to change the whole court case. The Kraken. The Kraken was nothing. It was never anything. It was so stupid.
There's a moment happening in California right now. And as they say, as goes California, goes the country. Everyone in the last couple weeks that approaches me about the election, they say the same thing. Do you think Larry has a chance? My answer is always yes, right? Like, there is a chance. Like, there is energy, there is pushback. Like, it's here, he's the right guy. Or does Larry have momentum? Yes. Are the people sick of Gavin Newsom? Yes. Does anyone like Gavin Newsom? No. Do a lot of people like Larry Elder? Yes. Think about what's happening in America right now. Basically, all of America, except the progressives, want there to be a black governor of California. There's such on-the-ground support that the media will never cover that this does feel a little bit to me like Trump 2016. If it's Gavin Newsom, Barack Obama, and Kamala Harris, and now Joe Biden versus Larry Elder, me, and Scott Baio, I like our chances. We're going to be all right. And look, if it's me and Scott Baio and Larry Elder versus Gavin Newsom, Barack Obama, and Kamala Harris, I like our chances. I really do. So bring it, guys.
Because the Associated Press has now just called it. You see the numbers on the bottom of your screen. You see the check mark there, 67.3, 32. Yes, that means...
Why does Blood think he's on the team?
Means that Gavin Newsom will not be recalled. The Associated Press has now called it.
I really think Zeldin is going to win in New York. That's the one that I think is the big one, okay?
We can also project that New York Governor Kathy Hochul will win her first full term in office, defeating Republican House Congressman Lee Zeldin.
It is almost beyond imagination that Fetterman could win. Okay, so I think Oz will win there. I have a lot of hope for Oz because I feel like he's sort of cut from my cloth.
Here it is. Fox News can project that Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman will win the Pennsylvania Senate race over Dr. Mehmet Oz.
I do think Lake Masters is going to win in Arizona as well as Kari Lake. Kari Lake, who I think of all of the people is sort of the real lockout of these guys for tomorrow. She has just become a media all-star. She is just laying it out with these nonsensical questions.
Midterm. Fox News projects Democrat Katie Hobbs will defeat GOP candidate Kari Lake out in Arizona for that gubernatorial race.
It's not even bad to make, like, not everybody can guess every election. Like, I don't think I ever, or I don't purport to ever accurately be able to, ascertain it. I'll just repeat whatever the fucking 538 prediction thing is, or whatever the betting markets are. But it's the fact that he gives these predictions and then he keeps pairing it with, the mainstream media won't tell you this. They won't tell you this. The mainstream media is there's so much going on in the mainstream media. The mainstream media won't tell you. It's like, okay, well, what do you mean? Like, you're the secret truth sayer, but then you're wrong over and over and over again? Maybe the mainstream media didn't say it because it's fucking retarded, and you're fucking retarded. And that's why you are saying it. Like, it's the fact that he juxtaposes himself so much with the mainstream media. Like, they won't tell you this particular thing. Yeah, because it's wrong. Dipshit.
As we are now projecting that Mark Kelly is the projected winner in the Arizona Senate race, Mark Kelly being reelected to a 6-year term.
Like, I really think the Senate, it could end up 54 Republicans. I know that's bullish. I'm very bullish on something like 54 in terms of the Senate for Republicans. I really am.
Raphael Warnock has won the runoff in Georgia 4 weeks after we held the midterms in 2022. The Senate, Democrats at 51, Republicans at 49.
And as you know, it's possible that the Republicans are going to win a Senate seat in Washington State.
Thanks. That is the Republican Party needs to do a really deep introspection look in the mirror right now, because this is an absolute disaster for the Republican Party, and we need to turn back.
I suspect Tudor Dixon is going to take down Gretchen Whitmer after all the COVID lockdown insanity.
So we can project that Michigan Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer will prevail over Republican Tudor Dixon in that Michigan race.
Nevada. What's the guy's last name? Laxalt. Let's say he wins it. Let's say he was DeSantis' roommate in college. Did you know that? Not know that. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah.
There it is. That's the check mark.
Oh, wow.
Catherine Cortez Masto declared by our decision desk the winner of the Nevada Senate race with Catherine.
It's in the mirror now. It's in the back mirror, and we can say, AO, see you later. AO, see you later. And I really think there's a chance. And as I keep saying, we just got to get to a point where in America we can look in that.
What was this, like 80-20? What did this election? Well, that'd be a 60 point. What was it, 60-40, 70-30?
Back mirror and say, AO, see you later. Enough of her. Her reign of terror is almost over.
70-30. 70.6 to 27.5. Yikes.
I'm telling you, she's got a chance to lose this election. She really does. I think there's a chance we're not going to have much more with her. I think she could lose this election. I think anything is possible. That is how frustrated and sick of the woke people are. There's going to be this massive red wave, and that's partly why Biden is using the scary imagery. So the Democrats, no, they're in for an ass a whooping. That's what they're in for.
And there wasn't a red wave.
You're going to vote for the Republicans.
I want Ron DeSantis to be president.
I know, but it's going to be Trump.
We don't know.
Well, 41. So he's going to make up 41 points?
41 points. I mean, I look at these polls. Like, the polls are from 700 people via text.
Okay, who's lying now?
Of 2 weeks.
Who's lying now?
Oh.
You think DeSantis is going to beat Trump for the nomination?
Now, Michael, George Santos is having a better year than Ron DeSantis. Okay, DeSantis is throwing spaghetti against the goddamn wall.
Look, I am still hopeful for the presidential election, as I have said, and I know no one else in conventional wisdom is saying it. I don't know why Kim Reynolds, a super popular governor of Iowa, decided to throw in with a guy that we're supposed to believe is 50 points down, who just went to all 99 counties and everything else in Iowa. I think Iowa is going to surprise people. I really do.
Donald Trump once again. Well, let's take a look at the results in detail. Donald Trump scored a landslide victory to kick off the Republican primary race, securing a 51.1% share of votes. Ron DeSantis is projected to finish in second place at just over 21%, edging out rival Nikki Haley, who's sitting at 19%. This map of Iowa counties shows the scale of Trump's victory.
That list of people that we got, which included Tim Scott and Marco Rubio and Doug Bergrum, and who else was on that list? Byron Donalds, J.D. Vance. There's about 5 or 6 people. My gut feeling is that it's not going to be someone on that list. And Trump is just a master at switching things at the last minute. Oh, I'm supposed to fire one person, I'll fire 2 people. So
he's the master. Yes, true. It's always been a mastermind behind the scenes, not just some random autistic schizo retard. It's actually masterminded the whole time.
Even doing that, if that skill set that he's doing with all of us right now as it pertains to VPs, the base wants JD, but I don't see how you go to the base. Like, I just saw Tulsi Gabbard speak at the Nixon Library tonight. Honestly, just between you and me, what do you think of her chances of becoming VP? Is this, can we broadcast this directly to Misty? Misty, this is just me and you right now. I would say they're pretty good.
Tulsi Gabbard gets a nice bounce after next debate if she gets any talk time in. She has staked out moderate positions: abortion, immigration, identity politics, national defense, which used to be solidly on the Dem side, but sadly are foreign to far left progressives. Yes, Tulsi Gabbard, the moderate, true. Tulsi Gabbard, 1%, 1%, 1%. Based. Prediction. Andrew Yang will have the biggest jump after the first debate because he has substantial differences from Bernie, Warren, Kamala on 15-hour minimum wage, free college, identity politics. Biden then will have to choose to move in that direction or die fully left. Bold prediction. Trump is going to drop Pence in the next couple days and take someone in his inner circle. ESPN won't exist as a cable sports network within 5 years in 2018. I'm going to make a bold prediction to say the XFL will be a massive success this time around. Oh no. Jesus. Tell me if Dave says anything good about my career. Fuck. Prediction. Universities as we know them will be irrelevant in 15 years. Young people can learn more online right now than they can at these indoctrination centers. Get cracking at Jordan B. Peterson, Brett Weinstein, Gad Saad, Eric Weinstein, Christine Summers, and Pete Boghossian. Or Boghossian.
You know what? Here we go. I'm going to make a bold statement. Michael, I'm going to make a bold statement today. Bold statement. Here we go. If Joe Biden is sworn in on January 20th, 2021, and he completes a 4-year term, actually completes a 4-year term, I will retire. I will retire at the end of that term. That will be it.
Biden, for America, you have to make it for 4.5 more months. Biden, you have to do it. My God. Or 5 more months. Whew, come on, Biden.
4-year term. Actually completes a 4-year term, I will retire. I will retire at the end of that term. That will be it. I will disappear in just over 4 years. 4 years and about a month and a half. That'll be it. That's how convinced. I will just disappear from public life altogether. I will delete all of my accounts, and then you'll never hear from me again. That's how convinced I am that it ain't.
He already said it didn't count because he basically, because he said he's not running for re-election?
Ain't gonna happen. He will not be president for 4 years. He either won't be president at all because of the election fraud and all that kind of stuff, which, by the way, is gaining momentum. We're not even really covering it that much today, but it is.
Oh, yeah, gaining momentum, true.
Actually gaining momentum. Giuliani was at a hearing in Arizona today. They found some really bizarre stuff with these these late night 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah,
6 a.m.
the vote dumps.
I think in Pennsylvania, Rand Paul was tweeting about it this morning. I mean, there's just some stuff going on, but I do not think that one way or another Joe Biden will not be president for 4 years. Anyway, so.
Good luck, Biden.
Am I a wizard? Do I have a magic 8-ball? Am I from the future? I don't think so. All I am not. I'm just not a completely brain-dead moron.
David, that sounds ridiculous.
Do I have any strong predictions right now? Yes. Wisconsin, New Mexico, Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania. What were the other swing shit? I fucking forgot. And Florida are all going Kamala Harris. Okay? All of them. Big Kamala Harris states. Florida is going to see her as the black Jamaican candidate, and all the Hispanics are going to come out celebrating her mommy energy. Florida's going to swing bigly, okay? The mainstream media is not going to report on this, okay? The Democrats don't want to talk about it, and the Republicans certainly don't want to acknowledge it. They're not going to tell you, but I go out there and I see big commie mommy energy, okay? I see it out there everywhere.
People who fall for this junk, I got to tell you, you're a moron if you fall for this.
Is this yarmulke getting bigger?
You fall for the idea that the reason prices are going up is because people got greedier in the last 3 years, not because Joe Biden and team completely blew out the spending because the interest rates were way too low for too long. If you think it's not that, you think that it's just Bob down at the local hardware store has been jacking up the price of hammers. I don't think you know how basic economics works. The very foolish notion that greed dictates prices suggests there's no one on the other side of the table. Okay, listen, you know what? As a person who likes to make money, I will sell you this pen for $1 million. For $1 million. Any takers? I'm greedy. I'm going to sell this pen for $1 million to you right now. Now, can I actually sell a pen for $1 million? No matter how greedy I am? The answer is no, because you can buy 1 million pens like this for $1 million. Because the pricing mechanism is not dependent on the subjective feelings of the seller. It is dependent on the subjective feelings generally of the purchaser. You don't think it's worth $1 million. You ain't going to spend $1 million on this stupid pen.
fuck. Do I simplify econ this much? Or do I clarify that when I speak simplistically, there's a whole bunch of other things that could impact it? Like, in a way, he's right. I try to hedge this appropriately. When I push back against other people's simplistic explanations and I explain why they're wrong, I usually try to say the explanation on the other side is pretty complicated as well. He is right that people can't just be greedy, but he would be wrong to say that greed could never influence prices. Like, there's a lot of different things at play in any given market at any given time, right? Like, I could take a product that's a shit product and then slap green on it. And I might be able to sell that piece of shit for $5 more. You never know, right? Depending how many people go to coffee shops or whatever because it's like cruelty-free beans or whatever. Like, is it gonna make you sell like a $5 cup of coffee for $20? Probably not. But can you push a $5 cup of coffee for like $5.40 or $5.50? If it's maybe, who knows? Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that goes into pricing stuff that I do agree it's stupid. When people are like, oh, prices are just higher because of greed. That's dumb. It's probably not true. Highly unlikely. The markets are generally too competitive for that to happen. But, I mean, you can't just then go ahead and simplify it on the other side and say like, oh, well, obviously prices can only ever be influenced by consumer demand. And there's no other way that a demand or that a supplier could ever influence the way that people are, choosing to buy or sell certain goods or something. Like,
on the subjective feelings of the seller. It is dependent on the subjective feelings generally of the purchaser. You don't think it's worth $1 million. You ain't going to spend $1 million on this stupid pen. This is the biggest load of horse crap. They've been dumping the... It is astonishing to me how economically illiterate Americans are, apparently. So now Vice President Harris is going to call for price controls. Yes, that's worked everywhere. It's been tried, including in Soviet Russia. Price controls. She knows what the best price for all goods and services are.
That would be a horrendous idea. It's such a bad idea, I'm not even worried about it. It's actually such a horrible fucking idea, I'm not even worried about it because there is no shot that this would gain any support as soon as it touches a single individual that that has any concept of what's going on. Let's see what she's talking about here. Kamala Harris to propose ban on price gouging for food and groceries. Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday will unveil a proposed ban on price gouging in the grocery and food industries, embracing a strikingly populist proposal in her most significant economic policy announcement, speaking with the Democratic Party's nominee. In a statement released late Wednesday night, the Harris campaign said that if elected, she would push for the first ever federal ban on food price hikes with sweeping new powers for federal authorities. Harris on Friday will also announce plans to lower prescription drugs and housing. Economic populism. What does this price gouging ban look like? I will say we're already significantly different than the implication of what he's saying in terms of price controls here. But I'm curious but price gouging, I mean, how do you define that though? Plan will include the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries, setting clear rules of the road to make clear that big corporations can't unfairly exploit consumers to run up excessive corporate profits on food and groceries. These activities of campus are not even clear, but Harris should aim to enact a ban with to harsh penalties on firms that break new limits on price gouging. The statement identified gouging. Oh, so we have no idea. Okay, we have absolutely no idea. I feel like food and groceries are like one of the most competitive markets that exist in the United States. If there was like price gouging going on, I would be really surprised if it was happening in these sectors. Like, there's so many different distributors and manufacturers of like different food, so many different grocery stores. There's so many people involved in these markets. I would be really surprised if this was like a significantly gouged market, but that's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's no way. I don't think there's any way that anything like that passes. That'd be my guess. But
yes, that's worked everywhere. It's been tried, including in Soviet Russia. Price controls. She knows what the best price for all goods and services are. She knows what those prices look like. She knows because in that little pea brain of hers, she has calculated out the subjective.
What is price gouging? Price gouging is the idea, I believe, that somebody is unfairly taking advantage of some temporary circumstance to increase the price of a given good or service way past what it should ever reasonably be priced at, in a way that's like taking advantage of some kind of like emergency situation. Basically, it's like price gouging. So like imagine during COVID, like grocery stores were to start charging I can't even think. I don't know. Some like $5,000 for toilet paper or something, right? People say like, oh, that's price gouging.
Desires of 340 million Americans and gauge those against the amount of money they have in their pockets. And so she knows precisely what prices should be. Not the market mechanism, not the aggregated desires that are the pricing mechanism in a free market economy. No, it's just her. Because in that tiny pea brain, the workings are so complex. The workings are so unbelievably nuanced that she knows the price of all the goods and services, which is why she can impose price controls, thus fixing the inflationary economy. Quote, is Politico. Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday will call on Congress to pass a federal ban on price gouging.
Is putting a price ceiling, that would be a type of price control, right? It must be, right? Price control could probably be setting a ceiling or a floor or telling exactly our minimum or maximum prices for set goods or services, yeah. I mean, like it could be. Like, there's a way that you could do a price gouging enforcement that would be okay, I guess. It would just depend on what, what it actually looked like. But without any details, it's hard to criticize it or support it. But that won't keep Ben from doing it, though.
As part of her economic platform to lower grocery prices and everyday costs. That action, to be announced during a speech in North Carolina, is among others she will take in her first 100 days in office to lower high grocery costs, according to a campaign official. Do you understand this economic policy is the same thing as Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy in the office? She's literally saying that she's going to go into Congress and shout, no high prices! And then they'll pass a law that says, no high prices, and then there will be no high prices. That's not how the world works. That's not how it works. You can't declare bankruptcy by shouting that you've declared bankruptcy, and you can't lower high prices by passing a law saying no high prices.
I'm being needlessly pedantic, but that's stupid. You can't declare bankruptcy by shouting, I declare bankruptcy, because you literally can't declare bankruptcy that way. You can put on price controls by passing legislation that puts on price controls and literally do that. You absolutely can. Now, all your private industry might leave because it's not worth it to sell any products at that price. They might all just fucking abandon the country, but you can do that. That's literally how you do that. But, you know, whatever.
It's like in the 1920s when the world passed an international law banning all war. And then a decade later was the bloodiest war in the history of the earth. You can't just ban reality by passing a law. Oh, God, this kind of stupidity. It's unreal.
By passing a law? Is that what he just said?
You can't just ban reality by passing a law. Oh,
wow.
God, this kind of stupidity. It's unreal.
Yikes.
Kamala keeps running away from the questions, but there is a question you cannot run away.
And that's, when will you buy gold as a hedge against inflation?
From, and that is if you get behind on your taxes. Handling that alone.
That too. Pay your taxes, though, in gold. Buy gold to pay your taxes.
It can be a huge mistake and cost you thousands of bucks. In these challenging times, your best offense is Tax Network USA.
And by Tax Network USA, he means buy gold to pay them.
With over 14 years of experience, the experts at Tax Network USA have saved their clients millions in back taxes. Regardless of the size of your tax issue, their expertise will work to your advantage. Tax Network USA offers 3 key services: protection, compliance, and settlement. Upon signing up, Tax Network USA will immediately contact the IRS to secure a protection order, ensuring that aggressive collection activities like garnishments, levies, or property seizures are halted. If you haven't filed in a while, if you need amended returns, or if you're missing records, Tax Network USA's expert tax preparers will update all your filings to eliminate the risk of IRS enforcement. Then, they create a settlement strategy to reduce or eliminate your tax debt. The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. Now that tax season is over, collection season has begun. The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. Now that tax season is over, collection season has begun. Tax Network USA can even help with state tax issues. For a complimentary consultation, call today 1-800-958-1000 or visit their website at tnusa.com/Shapiro. That is 1-800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/Shapiro today. Do not let the IRS take advantage of you. Get the help you need with Tax Network USA. Elevated everyday costs have plagued the Biden-Harris administration since Americans' grocery bills spiked during the pandemic. I love the writing here. They've plagued the Biden-Harris.
How to claim you're part of a $45 million Walmart settlement. All right, that's actually probably pretty small in the grand scheme of things. Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can guess. Let's see if I can just get within like an order of magnitude, okay? What do I think Walmart's revenue was in 2023? I'm going to guess it would never be like $1 trillion. That's way too high. Would it be in the hundreds of billions? Is $1 trillion too high for Walmart? That's so much money. That's so much money. Revenue. We're just guessing revenues. I'm going to say they sell so much. There's so many, but that would be so high. I want to say $500 billion. That's so much money, though. But it's just revenue. Does Walmart seem like a company that would make $50 billion? I don't even know what their stock trades at. I don't even know. Wait, does Walmart even have a stock? Or is that still like privately owned by the fucking Walton family people? Or do they just have a big share? Have I ever heard of a Walmart stock before? Wait, I don't actually fucking know. I'm I'm going to guess 500 billion. That's it. All right, let's go. Okay, let's go. Wait, first of all, is there a Walmart stock? Yeah, there is. Why do I never hear anybody ever talk about Walmart? Does anybody ever talk about this? Damn. Well, I don't actually know if this is beating the market or not. Walmart. Revenue 2023. Is this quarterly? $115 billion. Because if so, that would mean it was about 400 billion. We take those. We take those. Anyway, so this settlement is very, very, very small to Walmart, but okay. How much profit? I think usually these are around like 10%, you would assume, right? So probably 40, 50, 60 billion in profit. Some Walmart customers may be entitled to claims up to $500. A lawsuit filed on October 19th, 2022. I claim that Walmart overcharged shoppers for in-store purchases of certain weighted grocery items, including poultry and pork, and for bagged citrus. The lawsuit accused the company of unfair and deceptive business practices that resulted in higher costs than what were advertised. Falsely inflated product weight, mislabeled products, and overcharged for clearance products sold by weight. What do you think? Did they like include the cost of packaging, or what would be the? They overcharged for certain items prices for weighted products, including meat, poultry, pork, and seafood, sometimes differed between the item labels and the labels on the shelves. And customers were charged for the higher prices at checkout. They were labeled with a weight that was lower than what appeared on the shelf tags, and customers were charged for a heavier weight on the products than what they took home. Oh, never mind. I thought this was way more juicy. Huh. Okay.
Harris administration, not Americans. And the Biden-Harris administration, they're basically sitting there. They're innocent bystanders in all this inflation stuff. Unlike they were in charge of the economy. Harris is hoping to capitalize on. I love the writing here. They've elevated everyday costs that plagued the Biden-Harris administration since Americans' grocery bills spiked during the pandemic. I love the writing here. They've plagued the Biden-Harris administration, not Americans. And the Biden-Harris administration, they're basically sitting there. They're innocent bystanders in all this inflation stuff. Unlike they were in charge of the economy.
What does he mean by that? Biden and Harris were in charge of the entire economy? And it's like, okay.
Harris is hoping to capitalize on new data this week that showed slowing food inflation. Her plans to bring down grocery prices are a key part of broader plans to lower costs for Americans. She'll announce on Friday. No, it's not. That is not going to work. That is not going to work. So what are they actually going to do? They're going to rely on the Federal Reserve to cut rates in September and hopefully jack up the amount of spending in the economy just in advance of the. Who could have predicted such a thing? Who could have predicted that, 2 months before the election, month and a half before the election, the Federal Reserve would inject a bunch of money into the economy?
Inflation is still high. The Federal Reserve shouldn't be cutting rates at all, right? St. Louis Fed inflation. What are we at right now? Wait, fuck, this isn't it. It's the, what is it called? It's the, this is the index they use, right? All items less food and energy. This is for urban consumers. Is that what they're usually measuring it off of? PCE, not CPI. Why is this giving me a, like cumulative? It's PPE, less food, energy, my boy. Holy shit. What does the Federal Reserve measure for inflation? Okay. Federal Reserve measures inflation by using annual change in the price index for personal consumption expenditure, PCE. Okay, it is. PCE is okay. So I'm looking for PCE from the St. Louis Fed percentage. Is it this? No. Why am I... Wait, rate? Why is this so hard for me? Okay. Market pricing in a 25 BP rate cut at SEP meetings. You need to look at SOFR futures. Okay, I'm good. As soon as you said futures, I stopped caring. Okay. We are at categories. Money, banking, and finance, or production and, no, prices, right? Okay, consumer price indexes. Yes. Okay. Personal consumption expenditures. Chain type price index. Why am I... What showed me the percentage change year over year? What am I looking for? What was the name? What's the name of the graph that does the year over year changes? Go to PCE, edit graph units, percent change year over year. Edit graph units. Oh. Thank you. I love you.
Hey, Destiny. So you're struggling
Here we
a
go.
bit.
We got it. We figured it out. Percentage change. Is it percentage? It would be percentage change from a year ago, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And we're looking at 5 years. It's still north of 2.5%. What does the Fed rely on for inflation predictions?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming that they look at... I mean, they get advanced survey data, I guess, so they probably use that to set policy. And there's something called the Taylor rule, which they don't actually use the Taylor rule, but the Taylor rule can be a decent directional barometer for where rates are going to end up going. But
Federal Reserve rates. Is there any indication right now that they plan on cutting rates?
that's where all the speculation is. You can look up Federal Reserve rate cut probability or something. You know, people bet on basically if the Fed's going to cut rates, and that's usually relatively predictive.
What is? Wait, say that thing again.
I think you can look up something like Federal Reserve rate cut probability, and you'll be able to find... I'll try to find it real quick. You'll be able to find like basically where the markets think that the Fed is going to go with regards to rate.
Gotcha. Okay. And it's because the inflation goal is 2%, right?
Yeah, like that's the target.
That's the target. Okay.
Yeah, and the PCE is what they target. So the speculation is that they're gonna cut rates because they see the softening labor market and the softening economy, and it's probably in my opinion, it's probably a correct intuition that it's better to have 3% inflation in exchange for full employment and lowering rates than to maintain high rates and risk a recession.
What's the target for unemployment?
I actually don't know if the Fed has ever released an explicit unemployment target. Of course, they have to dual mandate, of course, but I don't think that they have unemployment has to be below a certain amount. Part of that's because full employment can kind of change over time as your structural employment changes. But yeah, they seem to recognize that the economy is at or near full employment. This last jobs report was actually pretty interesting because unemployment jumped a decent chunk because so many additional people basically entered the labor market. So.
Okay.
There you go. Fun stuff. Why are you looking this up again? I forgot.
He said that because he's just railing on Kamala for everything, and he mentioned, man, he's got a good frowny face here. That the Federal Reserve is cutting rates soon, and I wasn't sure if that was the case or not. I hadn't heard anything about that.
That's where a lot of speculation's coming in. I mean, I linked you the prediction markets or the Fed Watch tool. I think this is a prediction market, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that right now the chance of easing rates is at 100%, according to this. So there's a serious
easing rates. Does that mean lowering them or not increasing them?
Lowering them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so there's a no change in what I linked you. There's a no change and a hike percentage. And
wait. Hold on. Wait. Let me. Okay. I've got this thing open.
Okay.
Where do you see? Okay. The current target rate is 525 to 550 basis points.
And so lowering it to 500 to 525 would be 25 basis points, quarter percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one would be a half a percentage point cut.
Oh, okay. So, and then right now this market has it at almost basically guaranteed. And it's saying there's a 74% chance it'll be a 25 point cut. And I'm guessing there's some like a lesser percent chance that they would cut by even more aggressively. Oh, I see down here. That they would cut 50 BPs. Okay. I got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people were saying there should be an emergency cut because of the weak July data, but that may have caused more harm than good if they had an emergency meeting.
Sure.
But, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, Ben is kind of bloviating. It's kind of bizarre to see just because at the same time that Kamala is being criticized for being too vague on her economic policy, Ben is like, these are the very specific consequences of these specific policies. Like, well, she didn't, I mean, you can criticize her for being vague, but it's hard to say that there's going to be super catastrophic consequences to a policy plan that isn't even fully detailed yet. I mean, the speech is on Friday, so
sure.
I read an article that said part of what she'll talk about is basically mergers and acquisitions and trying to take, kind of a harsher antitrust stance on the food market, which I think that I want to say the amount of consolidation on basically food production has actually been very, very high. I'm not sure if that's to say that there's huge problems with that market concentration, but I think that that's most of what maybe practically will end up happening is just taking a super antitrust, aggressive stance on mergers and acquisitions within that industry. But I don't know. I can't imagine that she would propose like actual sort of price controls for food, retail, basically food prices. That'd be pretty insane, but
okay,
maybe it's possible.
All right. Well, I love you.
2 months before the election, a month and a half before the election, the Federal Reserve would inject a bunch of money into the economy just in time for the re-elect. Who could have predicted such a thing, except for everyone who has a shred of insight into how politics and the Federal Reserve cross paths? Core inflation.
The implication here is the Fed would only lower rates to help commie mommy. Okay.
Is still 3.2%, which is 1.2% higher. Reserve cross paths. Core inflation is still 3.2%, which is 1.2% higher than 2%, which is to say more than 50% higher than it's supposed to be. And they're like, oh, no, time to cut the rates. Time to cut the rates. Now's the moment. It's absolutely amazing. Donald Trump, down on the campaign trail, is going after Kamala Harris on the economy. He says that she is actually waiting for him to announce his economic plan so she can copy them, which is a good line and true.
Kamala Harris won't end the economic crisis. She will only make it worse. And why hasn't she done it? She talks about it. She's doing a plan. She's going to announce it this week, maybe. She's waiting for me to announce it so she can copy it.
It's true. It's true. By the way, her other big policy prescriptions, when she's not out there saying that we should pass a law to say high prices are bad, her other big policy prescriptions are basically universal basic income, as the Wall Street Journal points out. Universal basic income is this foolish idea that if you give everybody a check in the mail, that this will magically heal poverty, as opposed to just inflating the prices, which is actually what that does. When you helicopter money, which is what the Federal Reserve tried to do for years, what you end up doing is increasing the prices, because the market adjusts to the amount of money flowing through the economy. Are you tired of the lies and the twist of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.
Based. If I feel like if I believe the economy works as simplistically as Ben says that it works, then I feel like his positions are a bit contradictory. Let's say that So he says UBI means that if you give everybody money, then it would cause inflation because people would just raise prices. But if people only raise prices because people have more money, then in that case, wouldn't price controls be a good thing? Couldn't you just put in a price ceiling and say, well, even though there's all this money chasing the same goods and services, we're going to put a price control in here, and then now it'll be okay? Yeah, like if that's how Ben reads the economy, like what would his answer be for why that wouldn't work then? I don't know. What dollar amount would you put a successful UBI program? I have no idea. I haven't looked at any of the data or any of the research that's come out about UBI stuff. I've seen like headlines that seem to be kind of contradictory, but I don't know. I have no idea. What's the incentive for producers to make things? The incentive for producers to make things is for profit, right?